The film is about music, and you've made the film in such a way that it has the feel, the rhythm, and also the visual style of an extended music video.
From playing so much music, it's like I really like, you know, editing the music, lots of different parts, lots of layers, and that's not much unlike filmmaking where you have different layers of tracks, different layers of audio. So when you're actually kind of editing the things for your content, it's a somewhat similar process. And for this project, because it was about music, I kind of wanted to treat the inspiration as something that I would get from the music and from the city, but particularly from the music rather than from like a filmmaker that I had seen or something like that. So I really treated the film as my interaction, as if it was like a jam session or a recording session with these bands. So each band, I tried to figure out what they were doing and what could I do to kind of jump in on that.
日本では普通ミュージシャンがライブをやるってことはアメリカと違ってミュージシャンにノルマが課されたり
You told me a while ago that when you were making the film, you actually played music in Tokyo as well. How was the experience like being a musician there? We heard from the others, but we want to hear from you.
We formed a band that was called Return to Hamburger, and we ended up playing at Muryoku Muzenji, where the bald guy's place, and we had to pay like what they were talking about, the norma to play. For me, and I don't know about you guys, I sort of didn't mind because I thought that we had put together like our show that we were going to present, and it was very exciting to do that anyways. We bought a bunch of hamburgers and to give, threw them out to people at the end of the thing, and it was like cultural communication we're looking for, right? And so for that, it was just kind of, it's part of the system. I find that the paying thing just makes bands be better. They're not going to play a show if they're not prepared. So we probably rehearsed more than we would have if we didn't have to do that. But a lot of these venues, they put so much into their sound system, so much into their lights, and so that was good for us because it made it a little easier to just sort of be there, and they were giving us good sound.
And you mentioned that Japanese music influenced your own music. Can you elaborate on that? What about it that influenced you?
I guess it would be the hodgepodge of everything, and that kind of idea of all of these different things, all kind of picking little pieces from each genre, mixing it with whatever new technologies we can. I don't know. I just found that my music started to sound like that. Not necessarily a band in particular, but just as I was getting a feel for the whole city, the beat of the city, it started to sound like that, I suppose.
Why did you juxtapose the music scenes with the cityscape?
For me, I found that it was one and the same in my experience being there. I think it's important for a lot of the wild and crazy music that they're saying. One of the guys says, well, new technology is rooted in our everyday life, from the trains, from all of those things. It's important to show that, what it's like to walk through the streets in Tokyo, and when you see all those things blinking at you and you get a feel for how much kind of, all that information that's coming at you, you kind of need to see that to understand the kind of music that they're playing. And maybe similarly, kind of as she mentioned, the kind of salarymen going to the office, going to work, see that even in that society, these things kind of fit in. It's all within the same city.